Hey guys, it's Dr. Paris Woods here, and I'm hopping on live because we have a little something that we need to talk about. And that something is why our budgets aren't working and what the real problem is. Now, I'll tell you, I talk to women all the time and I'm always asking, what's going on with your money? What are the challenges? How can we solve these things, right? I'm on a mission to help women of color achieve financial freedom in their lives. So, we end up having a lot of conversations. And one of the most common things that women tell me, okay, and these are smart women, these are accomplished women, women with degrees on the wall and awards behind them on their bookshelf like mine. And one of the most common things they say to me is, well, I just don't have discipline, right? Like my budget isn't working, I'm making all this money, somehow it just disappears, and what I really need is to get my discipline together. And this comes up so often that we needed to come on live and talk about this. So get in here and let's have a little chat, shall we? Now, here's where I want to begin with this. And the question is, what are you experiencing right now that makes you think you don't have discipline, right? Despite all of the other things you've done that are so well disciplined. Well, money's coming in, it's disappearing. So you look in your bank account and you're wondering, where did all the money go? I know I made it. I know I just got paid on Friday and it's Monday and I'm wondering where things went. So that is a very real situation that many of us can find ourselves in. I certainly have been there. And there's nothing wrong with you if that's the case. And I don't want you feeling guilty. I actually want us to resolve it today. So we're going to talk about what the real problem is and what you need to do about it. So let's talk about our destination. So once we fix this issue, what do we want to be true, right? Once we fix whatever we think it is, and we're going to talk about what it is in a second, what do we want to be true? Well, first of all, we want there to be some money left over in the bank at the end of the month or at the end of the pay period, right? So we want a bank account that is growing instead of shrinking. And we want to feel in control, right? I want to feel like I know what I'm doing with my money. I'm a boss, just like I'm killing it at work. I'm killing it in my bank account. And money is enabling me to have all of the choices that I want to have, right? The freedom. We talk about financial freedom. Freedom to go where I want to go, spend my time how I want to spend it, to do the things that I want to do. And also when things pop up, emergencies come up, someone needs help, right? There are real issues. There's a layoff. The world is unpredictable. And financial freedom insulates us from those things. So that is what we want to experience. So how do we get from here to there? What is really going on with our money? So let's talk about budgeting to begin with, because budgets are part of the problem. So most of us, when we think about finance, who do we go to for advice? Well, we go to finance people, we go to bankers, we go to people who love a spreadsheet. And while I adore those people, I heart you, not all of us enjoys making meticulous lists of every single expense. This is what budgeting is, right? I'm going to create my list of everything that I want to spend throughout the month. And then throughout the month, as I'm making purchases, as I'm spending money, I have to go back and track. Did I spend according to this category? Did I spend according to this category? That's annoying. If you're like me, that is not fun. We don't enjoy it. And that's why it doesn't work. Now, of course, we know this to be true, right? So there are so many apps that have popped up to fix budgeting, make it easier, set up your budget in here, we'll track the expenses for you. But what we really need to get down to is why budgeting doesn't work in the first place, because it's not a natural thing to do, and what smart, accomplished, professional women like you and I should be doing instead. Now, I want you to think back, maybe your early career, when you had that first boss who didn't know what they were doing. What did they do wrong, right? So we're going to take our wisdom from the professional world and we're going to apply it to our money. What did that initial boss do wrong? Well, one of the things they probably did was they micromanaged you. And if you have ever been micromanaged, you know the feeling. It's like, ma'am, You're doing too much. Like, do you not trust me to do my work? Like, this relationship is not working. And what I want you to consider today on this live is that you are being a micromanager when it comes to your money, and the approach that you have to your finances is why your budget isn't working. Okay? So what I want to challenge you to do today is to make the transition from being a micromanager of your money to being a CEO of your money. Now, I don't know if you've been a CEO before. I have founded a nonprofit, led that organization for several years. And one of the most important things that I had to learn at that level of leadership, right? We're talking about senior level leadership, is the distinction between things you should be doing, right? And things you should not be doing, things you should be delegating. And so what is the role of a CEO? You tell me, right? The role of the CEO is to set the vision. We're going to inspire the team. We're going to set the vision. Here's the destination. Here's the goal. And then I'm going to delegate the activities to people for whom that's their strength. Okay? So delegation is the key. How does this apply to our finances? How do we become the CEO of our money? Well, if you're like me, right, I'm the CEO of my money. I don't have a whole team of people working for me, but I can delegate through automation. So automation is the missing link. So I want you to put on your CEO hat, and what I want you to focus on is creating what I call a financial plan. So you do not need a budget. What you need is a plan. And the plan has a couple of key components that I want you to start thinking about as you think about being in control of your money and being the CEO of your finances. The first component of this is a vision, right? So what are we up to with our money, right? What do you want to be true, not just today or this week or this month, but what are you creating? Like, if money truly is a tool to create lives of financial freedom, what does that mean for you? What does that look like for you, right? So we're going to start with the vision. The second component of a financial plan that a CEO sets for her money is goals. So we're going to take that vision and then we're going to come up with some metrics. So, some goals you might want to think about are, how much money do I want to spend? How much money do I want to get amass in savings? You can break it down to short-term savings and long-term savings. How much money do I want to invest, right? There's a whole process here of setting smart, inspiring goals that align with the vision. Okay, so we got our vision. That's exciting and compelling, and we're that's where we're headed. We have our goals, which align with the vision, the things we're going to track to make sure the vision comes true. And then the final component of this is systems, right? So we set our systems to automate the achievement of the goals. So because we don't have a team to delegate things to, and I mean, if you do have a team, you do what you do, it's your money, girl. But I don't have a team working for me to delegate. So I delegate through automation. So all of those goals, I'm automatically hitting them through my automated money management systems. So at the top of the month, I already know where the money's going to go. It flows towards each of those goals, and there's no more decisions that need to be made, right? So the decision points, that's what gets us stuck throughout the month, because we're constantly, the budgeting woes, we're not even going to go there. We're not doing budgeting anymore because it doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is because it's a million different decision points and it has you micromanaging your money, and we're not doing that no more. We are the CEO of our money. Okay. So the system takes all of the guesswork out, it takes all of the stress out, all of the confusion out, and it frees you up to do the things that you do best. And as a financially free woman, as a free woman of color, the things I do best are the things that I enjoy, right? So that's our destination, and that is why we take these actions in the first place. That's why we're working. That's why we're translating our dollars into freedom. So I hope this was helpful. I hope the next time I talk to any one of you, I don't hear you saying those words, "I lack discipline," which is just false. Like, why are you lying on yourself, ma'am, with all of the accomplishments that you have? Okay? And I'm super excited to share with you some good news. That the doors to Financial Freedom Accelerator, which is my group coaching program, we've served amazing women from all around the country, helping them get their finances together, get these financial plans together, get their systems set up, feel in control and in charge of their money. This is what I'm here for. The doors are opening again soon. July the 10th is actually the date. So what I want you to do, so you don't miss it, is click the link to sign up for the wait list. So make sure that you're on the wait list and you will be the first to know when the doors open. All right, so that is the conclusion of our live today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments. And I look forward to hearing about how you have transformed yourself into the CEO of your finances and have set up a smart financial plan for your money. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys again soon.